The 39th playing of the PGA Works Collegiate Championship, the Park, playing host to some of the very best in college golf. And they're going to be 5 national champions crowned by day's end. But to earn that title, teams and players will have to navigate their way around this par 71, which has certainly tested those in the field throughout the last 3 days. Picture perfect day, sun is out, skies are blue, a little bit of a breeze, temperatures in the low 80s, exactly what you would hope for on what is the final day of the season for those competing in the PGA Works Collegiate Championship. 5 different divisions. We're going to take you through all the leaderboards, get a sense of where things stand. For the men's Division I, Florida A&M, their lead has shrunk to 6 over North Carolina A&T, but the Rattlers being led by their sophomore standout, Sasha Robinson, who is 9 under par. Individually for the men, Deshaun Tyson, his lead gets a little bit bigger, 5 shots clear, as they're finishing up the opening 9 there. The men's individual champ will be crowned a few hours from now. A host of other trophies going to be handed out as well, like the women's individual side of things, where Alexis Fayetta, the freshman from UNC Wilmington, a 5-shot lead currently over her teammate Valencia Chang. Those still to be determined in the next few hours. A couple have already finished up earlier in this final round, and congratulations to Western New Mexico, the Mustangs from Silver City, New Mexico. Their head coach, Harry O'Callahan, has to be thrilled with the performance led by Jacob Alcorta, who's the medalist in that particular division. The women, they have also finished up, and not a surprise, Texas A&M Corpus Christi winning this championship for the 5th time in the last 6 years. Thais Amezcua, the medalist for the women. So congrats to those who've already earned that distinction, and we will figure out the 3 that will join them in the coming hours. So glad you could join us. Steve Burkowski alongside Doug Smith, the man who won this championship in 2005. Olin Brown Jr., Julia Johnson on the golf course for us this afternoon. We head out to the action at 13. We've talked about Sasha Robinson all week long. His second shot on the way here at the par 4, and he is immensely talented, Doug.
Yeah, 3 birdies in this round, not a bogey to speak of today, and you keep hitting shots like that, and he might be able to get to 10 under in a hurry.
Playing alongside Robinson, Joa Bramwell.
Oh, that was fortunate. Got a little kiss. Back to the middle, and he's going to get a good read from Sasha Robinson.
Bramwell, the junior for Prairie View A&M, finished tied for 17th in this championship a year ago. Doug, we had over 3 inches of rain over the weekend into early Monday, but this place has dried out and has met the expectation of everyone who has set their feet on this property this week.
Yeah, it's very impressive with how this course just absorbed the water. The staff that got out here and kept the course playable. Now, we had a lot of drenched players in that middle part of that opening round, but you know, as the day and the week, we had so much wind, gusts up to 25 in that opening round, a bit calmer yesterday, but this is a postcard day today, Chamber of Commerce day, if you will. If you're going to get it done today, you're going to have to make some birdies, and you're going to have to do it in a hurry. Sasha Robinson on a heater right now, and he's going to have to be walked down.
When you won 21 years ago, what was that final day like? The front 9, the back 9, the emotions and the nerves.
Yeah, well, coming into the championship, it was already a bundle of nerves. Then you start to see your name at the leaderboard. You start to project yourself, hold the trophy at the end of the championship. You just have to hit shot by shot, play it as singularly as you can, and then embrace the nerves. You should want some nerves. If you're nervy, it matters to you, and we'll see how these players handle it as they have made that turn to the back 9.
How did you manage them and deal with the ebbs and flows and the ups and downs?
You know, I was one that liked to count my steps when I walked. I like to also take in the scenery, and if I saw a bird or something fly by, I would try to just imagine where it's going. How's it going to get there? Is it going north, south, east, west? Anything I could do to take my mind away. When I came down here in the individual division, I didn't have a coach with me. So it was just me against the field, and I did everything I could, for lack of better terms.
We're going to get out to the action at the 9th final group of the men's individuals, finishing up this front side.
Yeah, I like that. Just make sure that you know you're back into the wind too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, you can fire right at this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like a 70, even 80 shot.
Yeah, 80 would be fine too.
Gonna watch Ari Poon, the junior from Delaware, 3 under, 5 back, currently in second.
Talking to Gil Hans earlier this week, said he designed this hole to be a 3-shot par 5. This is how it's being played right now, and that is a dandy, great opportunity coming up.
Runner-up a year ago was Ari Poon. Right now he's in that same spot, but a lot can happen over the next couple of hours. We make our way back over to the back 9. We saw a wonderful approach shot by Sasha Robinson. He's got a great look at birdie, and Olin Brown Jr.'s down there watching.
Yeah, hey guys. Sasha laid up to a little farther back than the other players in his group and hit a really nice shot to this very accessible hole location today.
Got a chance to talk to Sasha this morning on the putting green. Said he loves these surfaces. They've been true all week for him. He's been able to pick it up out of the bottom quite a few times.
And he's going to do it again. Big advantage for him playing in Florida?
I think so. The surfaces are very familiar to what they have at Florida A&M. And remember, a couple years ago, they were gifted some land to turn into a driving range, so they have a lot more access to being able to get some work in and taking advantage of it today.
Back over at 9, the man leading the men's individual race is Sean Tyson.
And push this down all the way almost to the front edge of the green and put a short game on display. Not his best shot, but still an opportunity underneath the hole. And that's something you have to do here, Burko. You have to play from underneath.
Back at 13, Bramwell, birdie, got it.
And trying to keep pace when playing with the leader and they're making birdies. You've got to do the exact same thing.
Back over at the 9th in one of these sandy areas. There are no bunkers on this golf course, but plenty of sand. Marcelo Mexon.
See how steep that face is. Surface is up near the top of his brim. A little splat and trickle.
Yeah.
Very useful shot. Remember, natural sand here, so it's much more dense. Olin called it sugary. Has a texture, very tough to get some speed through.
Ignacio Zapata from North Carolina A&T trying to save par at 13.
Peeked on it. You could see his head move. Putter decelerated, face opened. Wiped it right.
And as the team battle continues, Florida A&M, North Carolina A&T, they've separated themselves, and that's a 2-shot swing. That's how quickly things change in college golf. 5 count 4. So you go from a 6-shot lead to an 8-shot advantage just like that.
Yeah, 14 shots overnight. I was watching earlier today. It had gotten as close as 4. Now starting to stretch back out for the Rattlers.
All right, we're going to head back over to 9, the par 5 birdie putts upcoming for Ari Poon, Mexon, and Tyson.
See if Tyson is first. Such a great hole. Really good risk reward par 5. You have to guard against all the sandy areas in the OB down the right. Really, only OB comes into play on 2 holes here. On 8 and 9 is really all you get. Other than that, it's wall-to-wall Bermuda. And Tiff Tough. That's the strain there. Tiffed Eagle on the green. Some of the best surfaces you'll putt on.
Tyson began the week with back-to-back rounds of 68, 3 under par each day. Birdies at 1 and 8 today. There have been very few missteps for this young man.
Talk about rising to the occasion. It's been spotless, no bogeys thus far. Started the day with that par 5 birdie at 1. Now to bookend it, this outward 9. Been nice to get another one. As long as he can keep some pars on the card, should be A-okay come the back 9.
He's going to head to that final 9, 4 or 5 shots up. How do you play with a big lead, Doug?
Again, you have to play this golf course a certain way. Keep it in the fairway, keep it on your lines, give yourself the correct angles, play below the hole, and fire at middle pins. He doesn't have to do anything. Everybody has to chase him. But again, you still want to make a couple more coming in.
Ari Poon trying to chase him, get a little bit closer, this to move 4 back.
He's got this aimed out well left. Fading putt. The Garda gets speed here down the hill.
How about in?
Yeah, well done.
Well done indeed. Ari
It might be a
Poon
touch more than that just because it's downhill.
getting a little closer.
Yeah.
Still 4 back, but we've seen some dicey things happen on this golf course. We saw some swings yesterday on the 9th green in our women's team division.
No,
Saw a 2-shot, 3-shot swing here at 9 yesterday.
It can happen. Mexon for a birdie. A little bit of a struggle on this opening 9. 3 over through the first 8.
He can make this one though, get himself back to even, and oh, he pulled it. Came off the blade a little left.
Keys to putting on Bermuda. You look at Marcelo from Mexico, plays college golf at LIU. How do you learn the nuances?
Well, for a bent green player coming down here, one, you got to hit putts from inside 5-6 feet with a little more pace than you're probably used to. I know being from Kentucky, playing on bent greens growing up, I was such a die and drip putter. You don't get that luxury down here. That grain can snatch the ball, take it offline. Had a teammate used to say, take the paint out of the hole. Do it more like that.
Mexon in with a par at the 9th, the final group of men's individuals making the turn. 9 holes to go for them as we're going to hand out national championships at the end of the day. Today's coverage is brought to you by Kohler, helping people live gracious, healthy, and sustainable lives. And by Chase Sapphire, upgrade your travel and dining experiences with Chase Sapphire.
Welcome to the final round of the 2026 PGA Works Collegiate Championship, presented by Chase and Kohler. For nearly 4 decades, this championship has been about more than competition. It's about building legacies, opening doors, and creating opportunities for bright futures in golf and beyond. Today, new champions will add their names to this event's storied history at the Gil Hands Design Park in West Palm Beach. On behalf of the PGA of America Reach Foundation, and thanks to our partners at Golf Channel, please enjoy the excitement of the final round.
So much has changed in the 40 years of a meeting in November and an idea came up in 1986 to now, Doug, the 39th playing of the PGA Works Collegiate Championship.
Yeah, so many players have been impacted by this championship, be it by what it's done for their careers like mine, being able to be in the booth now, winning this championship some 21 years ago, but just the network of people that have had the grind that you've had. There's a certain something about this championship.
That was the 4th shot of Anushka Sawant, sophomore from Delaware, at 10, so she's trying to minimize a bit of a misstep there.
So easy to do around this golf course. Again, the pitching areas are so tight, something players really had to spend the week getting used to.
We'll keep it right here with the last trio of women's individuals on the golf course. Alexis Fayetta, the freshman from UNC Wilmington, has her lead now up to 6, and Julia Johnson's down there watching. A big lead, 9 to go. You're a first-year player. A lot can happen, Julia.
Well, absolutely, especially on a golf course like this that requires you to hit good shots from tee to green. But she has looked really sharp out here. I've been impressed by the way she's played golf. 1 under through her first 9, and she's doing exactly what a leader needs to do. Find fairways, find the putting surface, and just make it easy on yourself. She's putting straight back up the hill here.
Part of what we just discussed, Burko.
That close.
Thought she had that one read and dimed perfectly, but again, playing from below the hole, giving you a chance to be aggressive, and hey, if you come up a little short like that for par all day, it'll be a very stress-free back 9.
Tap in there for Fayetta. So in with her 4, stays at 2 over atop the leaderboard. Keep it right here. 3rd member of this group, Carolyn Oblis, grad student from Florida Atlantic.
Well, she's a little bit further into the left portion of this green, so there's a little influence coming off the left side that might affect this putt. Pulls it back right, just had to hit it a little bit harder.
Yeah, that's one thing we've noticed all week, Julia, just trying to get these reads right. The straight-looking putts tend to veer, and the ones you really think are going to swing kind of stay high on you.
So Oblis hanging around. Can she make a charge? Will Fayetta open the door? We'll find out. Lots still to be determined over the next couple hours. Fayetta with that 6-shot lead here at the PGA Works Collegiate Championship, brought to you by Chase Sapphire. We are back in West Palm Beach, Florida at the park. Final day of the PGA Works Collegiate Championship, 39th edition of this event that was first played in 1987 at Highland Park Golf Club in Cleveland, Ohio. The first 11 editions were played there, then went down to Port St. Lucie for the next couple of decades. All right, let's get back out to the action. Sasha Robinson getting ready to go at 15, Olin.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a ball search. Ignacio did not find his ball up the left, so he is going back to the tee. Sasha has 95 yards, helping wind over his right shoulder.
It's just a tick up here, Olin. Very accessible hole location as well.
This is a beautifully flighted wedge.
That little knob, he got it over. And just quality strikes after quality strikes.
The last two have been really high quality.
All right, we're going to make our way over to the tee at the par 3 11th. We will watch the tee shot of Alexis Fayetta with our tracer technology presented by Chase Sapphire.
Well, this is one of the most fun hole locations on this green, tucked short right, 5 paces on, 5 off the right. 104 yards, but down 4 from this tee box. She has a little bit of a backstop that she could use. It's drawing just a little away from the flag.
Yeah, came just over top ever so gently on that approach. Square path to the, or square face to that left path, just a little pull. But good distance control. Those usually go forever.
Keep it right here to watch Swan, see what she can do.
Bit of a bounce back here for Anushka. Let's see if she can put a good swing on this one after the difficult 10th. Got in a little bit of trouble over there in a sandy area on the right side of the 10th. Bit of misfortune there. This is such a fun little shot. 100 yards adjusted, playing downwind. We have an east wind right now, blowing about 9 or 10 miles per hour. Probably only needs to hit this about 95 yards. This is a pretty swing right here.
Yeah, the calmest conditions we've seen all week here, Julia. Holes play downwind every day, but this feels like a gentle breeze today, Burko.
Certainly does. Nice little reprieve. All right, back to the men's individual at 10. Deshaun Tyson playing from the sandy area.
Yeah, these are the mistakes you don't want to make too many of. You can have 1 or 2. Hit it through the fairway at 10, but good contact. It's going to be a tough putt down the hill, down green.
How much do I have to pay?
Definitely hit driver to get it into that place. I like 3-wood off this tee. Gives you plenty of space out left.
Talked about the park opening in 2023, revived by Seth Waugh and Dirk Ziff, and what a job they have done.
Yeah, I've enjoyed every shot we've seen and covered. Par 71 this week. Men playing just a tick under 6,800, over 58 for the ladies this week. And you know, when I talked to Gil Hands coming into this week, he just talked about how he had all the land in the world that he could do anything with. Everything that was here, he removed, redid. He was inspired by the sand belt there in Southern Australia to create this golf course. And I think it gives you some Southern Australia vibes. I haven't been there. I know you have, Burko, so you can speak to that better than I can, but what a piece of property.
Yeah, it's amazing, and all the people that do so much behind the scenes, including Clay Myers, head golf professional, who we had join us on the broadcast yesterday, instrumental to making a week like this possible. All right, let's get back out to Sasha Robinson. Another look at birdie.
Yeah, Sasha's got 15 or so feet here. Grains into him right to left. Pretty, I think he can give this a pretty good run, guys. He can be pretty aggressive with it. This is a very makeable putt.
And he's very fortunate to be on the top side. That little spine you see there behind him. Such a quiet, rock the baby to sleep motion. Again, able to play some offense from below the hole, and low stress par there.
Well, you make 4 or 5 more of those coming in with the big lead medalist-wise and help your team, Florida A&M, now extend their lead to 10. Let's get back down to that great par 3 11th with Fayetta and her group, Oblis, Sawant. Julia, who's up next?
It will be Alexis, it looks like. Carolyn actually hit a beautiful shot from the Sandy area just short of this green. Her ball nestled down just a little bit, and she used that backstop behind this whole location really nicely. So she has a par look coming up, but first things first, 2 birdie putts here, I should say. Alexis first to go, and this is going to move from left to right.
We mentioned Fayetta, a freshman at UNC Wilmington from Los Angeles, and enjoys in her spare time making golf videos on social media. So she's staying connected to the game somehow, some way.
So Julie's got that big breaking putt. Hard to believe that when you look up the hill to your right and see the tee box.
Well, she gave that one a run. Certainly had a chance to go in.
Green at 10, Sean Tyson for birdie.
And that Sandy area pushed it back here. This one's got some pace to it. Oh, I thought that was perfect. I thought I would kind of take that last little look and peek at the bottom of the hole. Very stress-free round so far. Not a bogey on the card. A little more colorful for him yesterday.
Back at 11, Sawant's birdie effort.
Oh, it's just a poor stroke there because she got a pretty good read, but it's just so hard to make yourself play that high enough. Doug, you touched on the hill out there to their right. It's hard to just trust that it's going to move that much.
Yeah, it's just tough to believe that that's what happens.
The stories beyond the golf is what's so intriguing about these players in this championship. How about Sawant and her entire family? They hiked Machu Picchu in Peru. You know, a lot of people might go to Washington, D.C. or somewhere in the States. They made a bit of a trek, and part of that trek included sleeping in tents for 5 days. If you get pictures like that, it's worth sleeping on the ground for the better part of a week.
Yeah, they're better than me. I don't know if it were a glamping opportunity, I would, I'd be down for it. But the pictures are so worth it. The memories with your family at a place like Machu Picchu is so worth it. But I don't have that in my bag of tricks, Burko.
A memory Sawant won't forget. She hopes to make another memory here in the next couple of hours, perhaps. All right, let's get back to the green at 14. Zapata, Olin, as you mentioned, some trouble off the tee and trying to salvage bogey.
Yeah, unfortunately, did not find his ball up the left. Had to go back, re-tee. He hit a very nice tee shot and then a very nice iron shot in here. Be nice to make this little 8 or 9 footer at least save bogey.
And Zapata is a counting score right now for North Carolina A&T. And in fact, he had it to 4 under through the first 7. Then on the back 9, bogeyed 11, 13, and at the very best, Doug is going to drop 1 here.
Yeah,
that's going to extend the deficit for A&T, and the Aggies a bigger hill to climb coming down the stretch.
Yeah, 10 shots back, and we talked about it yesterday about, when you get in that 6 to 8 shot range, it's not impossible to come back over the span of a couple holes, but once you start to expand that out and get closer to double digits, that's when the lead becomes a bit insurmountable. But if he can get this one to go and just exhale and just try to birdie as many holes he can coming in, he's going to need some help from his teammates as well. Would have been a phenomenal bogey.
And you mentioned help. They might need the most coming from the team they're chasing in Florida A&M.
Right now, Garcia and Darmawan from Florida A&M, they're both at 6 over par for the championship. So they're only throwing out, +2 right now. So they're going to need some help somewhere else.
Back to the green at 10, Ari Poon for birdie.
Dave thought he hit a great putt right there. It's one of the worst parts about this game. You hit a great putt and you just get unrewarded.
It's not a fair game, and it's not supposed to be easy, especially with the national championship on the line. Things looking really good at the moment in the men's Division I competition for Florida A&M and Sasha Robinson, the Rattlers. That lead has changed quickly, double digits now. Sasha Robinson, a big reason why he's now 10 under par, 6 clear in the race for medalist honors in the men's Division I competition. Let's head over to 17, the par 3. Speaking of the Rattlers, Emilio Garcia, the sophomore from Orlando, Florida, tee shot on the way.
Yeah, this green has been very windswept all week. Great job getting that inside of 8 feet. And Rattlers doing all they can to try to sneak some birdies in.
All right, over at 11, Deshaun Tyson set to play.
Not too far away. You can see that's about 6 paces behind where the ladies' tee were. So right at about 110 yards down the hill, using the backstop perfectly. And Tyson's going to have a chance to stretch that lead yet again.
Should feel comfortable. Bit of a home game growing up in North Palm Beach.
I'd say he's played some golf around here a time or two.
Great looks from high above to get a sense of what Gil Hans, Jim Wagner, Dirk Ziff had his input on how this new revived park would look. You go back in the day, 40s, 50s, 60s, there was a PGA Tour event here. And then in 2018, it was shuttered. It was disheveled.
Yeah, it had to be such an eyesore for the community, and grateful for Seth Waugh and Mr. Ziff coming in and saying, hey, what can this be? And it's a championship venue now.
Back at 11, let's see what Mexon does.
He's already seen a really good one. One off speed. Again, bit of a backstop. There it is. Oh, inside. Almost inside of his playing partner. Hey, you get a backstop with a wedge.
One of the PGA of America's 41 sections, the South Florida section, they are so proud to call the park home because the South Florida section currently has more than 2,200 PGA members and associates dedicated to growing the game as exhibited by the PGA of America professionals working in all career paths right here at the park. The section's Reach Foundation has positively impacted the lives of thousands of youth, veterans, and underserved communities. Doug, just another way of how the PGA of America, the park, everyone affiliated with it, it's more than what we're just seeing on TV today. It's everyday things happening, the caddy programs, the after-school opportunities for the youngsters in the area.
Well, it's not even the after-school programs. We talked to Clay Meyer, the head pro here yesterday. He said we're taking golf into the schools, and we're making sure we're creating pathways and programs to make sure kids and anybody that wants to play the game, they can get out here and do it.
A little trouble here for the leader at 12, Julia.
Now, right off the tee over here in the sandy area, unfortunately her ball found some of this bushy stuff. She's got 146 yards. But the wind is back into her, and there's a palm over here on the right side of the fairway that she has to pay attention to. More than likely that she's just trying to advance this down the fairway on the left side.
She can keep this low with how the fairways have dried out. She can get something chasing.
All about contact here and getting your takeaway. Just a runner here up the left side, so really all she could do.
I tell you, Julia, it looked like that ball just came out super left, more left than she had assumed it might.
In good position now, though, for her third.
And that's going to be critical, Doug, for Fayetta with the big lead, that when she's off just a little bit, get things back in play. Don't compound mistakes. Keep it here now to watch Carolyn Oblis.
Just 2 yards closer, coming out of the fairway. 144 back into the wind. This is on a beautiful trajectory.
That was a great looking golf swing.
Looked like that was headed towards the left center of the green.
Yeah, it just came up right hole high, right on the front left side, left portion of this punch bowl green.
Back to the 11th, Mexon, short one for birdie.
And just a little bit of break in this. Oh, man. Just kind of peaked on that one. Hit one in there inside of 5 feet. You just want to go ahead and get it out of the hole, and that's going to feel like a bogey.
All right, back at the 12 to watch the second of Sawant.
132, this whole location short right today, 8 on, 6 off the right. Just trying to fade back, work its way to that hole location.
Good for distance, just past the hole. This green runs away front to back. That'll give her an uphill look.
Jump ahead to 17. We saw the great tee shot by Emilio Garcia a short time ago. This for another birdie to help the cause of Florida A&M, and he rolls it in. 5 top 10 finishes this season for Garcia. First team all SWAC performer. If you're going to win a national championship, Doug, it's got to be more than just Sasha Robinson.
No, you need your thoroughbreds out in front to do their job, but you also need the guys, your 4 and 5. Those are the players where you really win or lose championships. If you get everybody playing well, you can really do some damage.
Julia, you've had the chance to watch Alexis Fayetta for better part of an hour now. How would you describe her demeanor, body language, the awareness of maybe the position she's in?
Oh, she's just such a joy to be around. I actually got to go talk to her while she was warming up today as well, and asked her about what this week has been like for her, and she just expressed her gratitude for being here. She said her demeanor has stayed really calm. She's grateful for the opportunity to play in an event like this, and I think that shows in the way she's playing golf. She's been very patient, had a great day the first day, struggled a little bit yesterday, but she has been solid today. 72 left here from a good angle in the fairway. trying to chase something up. That's a pretty good shot right there.
It could get a little bit better. Let gravity do its job there. Around 6 feet. I'm gonna try to save a par, but hey, she's got all smiles, so I appreciate seeing that, especially after being in that wispy stuff out right off the tee.
Well, when you get a 6-shot lead, it's easy to smile. We'll see if Fayetta can keep it right there, save par at 12 when we come back to the final day of the PGA Works Collegiate Championship. We are back in West Palm Beach, Florida at the park for the final day of the PGA Works Collegiate Championship presented by Kohler. Mother Nature has saved the best for last on this Wednesday. Not sure, Doug, you could have dialed up a better day of weathers. We're going to hand out national championship trophies a couple hours from now.
It has been very interesting, but you are correct. Hardly any wind.
All right, let's get back down to Julia as we watch Fayetta at 12.
Anushka and Carolyn both narrowly missed birdie looks, and what an up and down this would be for par, straight down the hill here.
Just rely on the wand. That's all you can do. That is a phenomenal par save. She kept her wits about her on that approach shot. Had a really good shot to save.
Up at 15, third shot for Sasha Robinson.
Yeah, Sasha missed it long and left here. Gave himself some green to work with. Going downhill to the hole.
So he's got his attention.
And a pretty good shot.
I'll tell you, Olin, I was hitting some shots around the greens earlier this week. That's one of the harder shots you can get on this green. Just pitching back down the hill, such a tight surface.
Yeah, the only thing he really had going for him was a little bit of green to work with, but I agree. Very difficult to get your speed right.
Keep it right here to watch Zapata in his birdie attempt.
Zapata hit a nice pitch to here.
That's what we've talked about in this golf course. You hit a lot of putts on line, and they look good for so long, and they just veer off as it starts to lose speed. Some of that grain, some of that start line. Tough going on this back 9.
You know, like you've been saying, Doug, if you don't keep your speed up, that grain just chews it up, especially those into the grain or into and across.
Tail of 2 9s there for Nacho.
And the hole's running out for North Carolina A&T to try to mount a late charge to try to catch Florida A&M, and Sasha Robinson can extend that lead for the Rattlers right here.
Should have gotten a good look at this as it was going by the hole. I expect them to be pretty aggressive with this putt.
It's uphill, one you can play offense with. And it left off the blade immediately. And it came off maybe just a touch toe side.
What else did you learn from him, Doug, when you caught up with Sasha earlier today about this moment, this opportunity?
You know, he's such an understated guy. I mean, he's 6'6", he's huge, but he actually is very kind of to himself. He doesn't speak a lot. He only kind of talks back to you if you ask him something. He's not going to go out of his way, and I really appreciate that style, and it spills over into his game. He's got all the pieces. I mean, Coach Rice did a phenomenal job recruiting Sasha Robinson, getting him down to Florida A&M.
We told you at the top of the show, 5 national champions going to be crowned at the end of the day. Well, we got a couple of them done a little bit earlier. They were off first, and congratulations goes to the Islanders from Texas A&M Corpus Christi, winning the women's division. The 5th time in 6 years that trophy's going home. The women's medalist, Thais Ameskua from Texas Southern. We saw a lot of her yesterday, hitting a ton of quality golf shots. She now leaves with trophy in hand. How about the men's Division II, Western New Mexico, the Mustangs from Silver City. They did not play in this championship a year ago. What do they do in 2026? They lap the field, due in large part to their sophomore standout, Jacob Alcorta. He wins the medalist honors in men's Division II. Not bad from a small town of Silver City, New Mexico. That's where Alcorta's from, and that's where Western New Mexico is. And who knows, maybe we'll see a national championship in that youngster's future.
I love the scoot crawl right there. Just let me figure it out. I got to get around this place.
Well, you can get around South Florida multiple ways with the interstates, the back roads, and then you look at the park. Dick Wilson designed 1947. Speaking to Seth Waugh earlier this week, he's like, they were built in the right places when you go back 60, 80, 100 years ago, and they're showing you what municipal golf can be. The park has been an outstanding host for the PGA Works Collegiate Championship. We showed you the national champs already crowned. We've got 3 more coming up. Nashawn Tyson making his way a little bit closer to perhaps hoisting that hardware by the end of the day. So too is Alexis Valletta as the PGA Works Collegiate Championship continues, and it is presented by Kohler. Hard pressed to find a better view here in South Florida. We're back in West Palm Beach. Final day of the PGA Works Collegiate Championship continues, and it is presented by Chase Sapphire. You can find water pretty quickly here, Doug.
I was trying to figure out which umbrella I'm going to go find when we get off later.
That is a picturesque view. Take that in for quite some time, no doubt about it. 39th edition. Let's see what we got. Future. Oh, smooth.
Got action, crosshand.
Cross-handed and smooth. Wondering where the ice cream truck is, probably. Hey, Mom and Dad, I hit a few balls.
That's what my son would be looking for. He'd be like, hey, Dad, where's the iPad? I've earned it today.
All right, get back down to the men's individual leader, Nashawn Tyson, in one of these sandy areas at 12.
You saw that blade open wide. That thing butterflied right now, trying to get some height on this. Yeah, those are the acoustics you want when you're in greenside sandy area.
Well, he'll have a chance to save his par, bogey free for the last 16 holes going back to yesterday's second round.
Yeah, he'll have to try to pull a Fayetta, what she did here in the group in the front. She was able to save. Very impressive save, by the way, just to speak back to it. When you got a lead on the back nine, you can pull off an up and down from 70 yards.
What was your lead like on that final nine back in 05?
If I'm being honest with you, I was never a scoreboard watcher. I never cared about the players that were in my group. I was a full throttle down, never look up, never look back kind of a player. I couldn't tell you. I honestly couldn't tell you, Burko.
How much did you win by? Can you tell me that?
I think I won by like 4 or 5.
All right, let's go out to 13 to watch Carolyn Oblis.
Coming out of this sandy area on the left side, she's got 80 yards left. Have to get it up and over that lip, which she did nicely.
Oh, landed it hole high. Just didn't have a lot of activity with spin. And she'll appreciate that shot, though, when she gets to the green. Julia, were you a scoreboard watcher at all? And we'll get back to you in just a second. I got to ask.
All right, Mexon off the green at 12.
A decent effort from hole high.
Fayetta, her turn at 13.
Went with less than driver off the tee. It was a really smart play with this win, and she's given herself a great angle into this whole location. Has 102 yards left into a slightly elevated green. She's drawing this away from the flag a little bit.
There's a ridge there that'll funnel that back. She's done that nicely. Her wedge game is on point today, the shots we've seen so far.
Third member of this group, Anushka Sawant, sophomore from Delaware.
Right in the center of the fairway here. She's got a great angle in. She has 82 yards left. This whole location also really in the middle of the green too, 22 paces on. She has to be taking dead aim here.
Oh, and good call, Julia, or she listened to you. It's underneath the hole, probably about 7.5, 8 feet. Get some wedges out here. The green's starting to respond correctly. So a little more spin on her approach.
All right, back to 12. Tyson to remain bogey free and stay at 9 under.
He's putting for a bottom late left, but that was just blocked. He was aiming a foot out right and started at left edge. It's also good, Burko, to start to understand your tendencies. You can't practice pressure until you're there. So start to pay attention to what his shot shapes start to be as he's under pressure.
What are some keys when you were under pressure?
You know, I got slow with the lower body when I was under pressure, and that left ball could come out of nowhere, phantom left ball. So for me, once I figured that out, it was making sure we're clearing the lower body and getting out of the way.
Up at 16, Sasha Robinson, his second.
Sasha's hitting his third here. Excuse me, his second for birdie, for eagle.
Oh, it plays like a big par 3.
It does. He hit iron off the tee, actually, and left himself in a perfect spot.
Yeah, straight downhill from where he was pitching from, even though it's back against the wind. Look how far that ran out.
But he's making the right choices, Doug. When you've got a big lead, as far as he hits it, you don't always have to grab for something that has the head cover. And keep it here in this group. Joe Bramwell next to play.
He's a little bit on the downslope, got a nice dry lie, could spin it.
Took it a little deep. He did spin it though, and good call there, Owen.
That was really the best he could do. He had no green to work with. And Nacho doesn't either. But Nacho has hit some pretty spectacular little short shots since I've been out here with him. I think he's got a good chance of doing something spectacular here. He's got an uphill lie, which is going to help him, but the grain is kind of into him and across.
See if he can use some of that wind to his advantage. Oh, it sounded very ball first.
I think protecting against the dig. Those into the grain uphill lies are so challenging.
He did everything right, just didn't get the low point correct. He's gonna have some work cut out.
Let's get back over to 13. Oblis first on the green.
What a birdie this would be if she could get this one to go from the sandy area on the left side of the fairway. But this has a lot of movement, this birdie putt does, from right to left here. That's a pretty good par there from where she was off the tee.
Yeah, when you get in those precarious positions off the tee and you can squeak out with par, nothing wrong there. Pars aren't going to help the cause.
8 straight of them for Oblis after 2 bogeys in the first 5. Fayetta in quickly.
She took a peek from every side of this hole, has a pretty good idea of what it's going to do. Maybe a little bit of left to right movement. Oh, just hit it through that break, but she's certainly giving them a chance. If you're going to hit it with that pace, you take out a little bit of the movement. You can move your starting line a little bit more inside the hole.
So yeah, I was a dive putter, Julia, so I always had issues coming down on these Bermuda surfaces at first, and then you start to get used to it, and so it's so hard to look closer to the hole when you get down here.
Now Sawant, good look at birdie.
After a beautiful wedge shot, this is just beyond the hole, putting downhill just a little bit. The putter has not really been her friend on this side, but could certainly turn it around with a good stroke here.
There you go.
That mattered. Gave her a little fist bump. Yeah, it's bounced back after the bogey at 12.
Let's head over to 14th, the Nadasorn Supinraj. His second at the par 4. Freshman playing for Stetson, the Atlantic Sun Freshman of the Year.
And when you want to kind of feed off that little ridge, oh, wow. Played that perfectly.
Sasha Robinson, good look here at 16.
Yep, got a good look as it went by the hole. Grain pulling it a little to his left.
And pulling in the bottom of the hole. Robinson extending this lead now.
He's 11 under, 6 clear of his nearest pursuer, still bogey free on the day, and helps Florida A&M as a team move 11 clear of North Carolina A&T, getting a little bit closer to winning a national championship in Florida. We are back on the tee at 17 to watch the sophomore from Florida A&M, Sasha Robinson. He is 11 under, 6 clear in the medalist portion of the men's Division I championship. Florida A&M as a team, they are up by 13, so very likely could be a clean sweep. And we will watch his tee shot with Tracer Technology presented by Chase Sapphire.
Yeah, Burko, he's got 138 yards here.
Wind so much more down than it has been the past couple days.
That's a really good shot. It just covered the ridge to the right of that pin. If it had come up a little shorter, it would have rolled off the front of the screen.
Only 7 paces on here, not a lot of green to work with, and hit it just past the hole. Not the worst place to be. Oh, and that's actually, I think, a really good shot with the lead.
It's a really good shot. If you always miss it on the fat side of the hole, you're better off more times than you are not.
Stay here with Zapata.
Zapata, the wind is half and half off the player's right side.
He's got this one riding the wind.
But a good shot. Again, missing at the fat side. He avoided that ridge to the right of the hole and short of the hole. He'll have a good look at birdie.
Let's go up to 18. Drew Walker, the grad student from North Carolina A&T. This is third.
Had a blast with Drew all week. He's been a part of all the events. Quite the player there for A&T, and as a grad student, likely his last hole, and you just got to be appreciative for what he's brought to this team.
And might finish with a birdie in a round of 67 to give the Aggies a little bit of hope. Supanraj for birdie at 14.
That thing just slid straight down the hill. That can frustrate you a lot when you hit such a good shot. You think you see the read, and you miss it on the low side.
You talked earlier about not looking at scoreboards. Why was that your philosophy?
I just didn't care about what anybody else was doing. You know, I was taught when I was young and playing golf that you keep your hole-by-hole score, you add it up at the end. You know, that was my whole kind of mentality. I'm going to try to make as many birdies as I can. I'm going to, you know, play smart golf, fairways, greens, hit fat side, make my putts when I could. And we'll see where the totals lie.
Two putt there for Supanraj, trying to hang in the men's individual competition. For the women, it's all been about Alexis Fieta, and she's down with Julia.
Thanks, Burko. Alexis, you're playing some really, really good golf today, but let's take it back to yesterday. You had a 3-shot lead overnight headed into this final round. What were your emotions like?
Well, I wasn't really looking at the score. You know, I was just trying to focus on me, trying to have fun, trying to play my game. You know, that's the only one I can control. So I was really just focusing on keeping my mental good. And then going into today, I was really looking forward to it, actually. It was more excitement than nerves, just because I was excited for this opportunity to be in this position and to have the cameras too. It's just awesome. So just really positive mindset was going into today, yeah.
You and I talked a little bit earlier today about the Beyond the Green showcase held at the SoFi Center on Sunday, where Anthony Anderson talked to you players before the competition round started. I know you took a lot away from that conversation. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, that was really cool. He just really talked about how he got to where he is today. He's so successful. And it was just a lot of what he said kind of aligned with how I view things. And some of the main points that stuck out to me was he said his kind of mantra is, what's due to me is due to me, and kind of not to rush anything. Things will happen on their own time. It's more about the journey than trying to force anything. So that was just really great, especially coming off my freshman year and kind of just thinking into the future. It's just great to know, like, to be reassured that things will work out, which has always been my mindset, but it's great to hear it from someone who, like, really successful.
Well, you're obviously here to win a golf tournament, but tell me something that you're going to take away from this week outside of golf.
well, it's still a little golf related. But today, and kind of the whole week was just, if the goal is to experience, everything is a win. So I'm just grateful for this experience. I'm excited to finish the rest of the round. You know, it's a beautiful day, beautiful course, kind people, great food. So just having fun, honestly. I'm with my teammate and my assistant coach, Pooh, who are just awesome. But yeah.
Thank you so much. Keep playing some good golf.
Thank you.
What a breath of fresh air. We want to thank Alexis Fayetta for this, as she's trying to win. But what did she do on 14 a couple of days ago? Her second shot, and she won't forget this one either.
Tell you what, our partners over at ESPN picked this up, and she was so stoked to see herself as a ESPN top 10 play. She was number 4, and oh, she loved that. What a memory.
That was on Monday. The interview with Julia, so candid, so optimistic, so positive. It's a walk in the park. Oh, by the way, Alexis, you're trying to win a national championship, and at least it seemed it was the last thing on her mind.
Well, it was really cool to hear Alexis talking about the fact that one of her takeaways was Anthony Anderson Beyond the Green. I got to host that myself with Will Lowry, with Anthony Anderson, and it's wonderful when things stick to these young players.
Sasha Robinson at 17, this for birdie.
Yeah, some 20, 25 feet. Should go a little to his left. All about speed.
It looks like he's got this set up off the right edge. So we've noticed a couple of these putts in the last few minutes being left short. Something to keep an eye on. Not sure if he's playing defense, Olin, but he's definitely getting the ball, coaxing the ball to the hole.
You know, Doug, from what I've seen, he is playing awfully conservatively, but nothing that you wouldn't expect from a guy with a lead.
Correct. Bear in mind, Olin and Doug, he's winning by 6. His team's up by 12. Only bad things can happen if you start hitting it 4, 5, 6 feet past the hole.
Oh, I agree, but to my earlier point about trying to notice what your tendencies are when the pressure gets high. But short walk over to the 18th tee.
All right, let's get back to 14 and see if Alexis Fayetta was inspired by her time with Julia.
Well, that's a lot of pressure on me now, Berko. She's got a great angle from this right side of the fairway, though, to the whole location. Her assistant coach that she was just talking about, Pooh, just came over and they had a little conversation. She has been really good with her approach shots today. Oh, another good one.
Oh, just needs to creep over the ridge. That'll have some motion on the upcoming putt.
Well, Alexis referenced the week, the enjoyment, being alongside her assistant coach. Well, the assistant coach has a little bit of knowledge, Pooh Kine, how to win this championship, getting the job done in 2021 and 2023.
Yeah, I can remember talking with you on both those championships and watching her get it done, and there's no better person to learn from than a 2-time champ. She knows how to handle the cameras, the nerves.
It's one of the first things Alexis told Julia. Oh, I love all the cameras out here. This is great. Usually it can go the opposite way. Oh my goodness, why are all these cameras out here?
Oh, pressure busts pipes or it makes diamonds.
All right, green to 13, Nishan Tyson. His lead's down to 3, this for birdie.
Tell you what a difference a few minutes can make. Let's see if he can stay loose. To keep himself top of the leaderboard. Should be no issues, but could have some company really quick if he doesn't keep his foot on the pedal.
Well, he had a 2-shot swing at 12 when Tyson made bogey and Ari Poon made birdie. Arsit isn't going anywhere. 3 back, plenty of golf still to play. We'll see if Nishan Tyson can take it all the way to the finish line. And then Alexis Fayetta, a joy to hear from, a joy to watch as the final day of the PGA Works Collegiate Championship continues, presented by Chase Sapphire. We are back in South Florida. Final day of the PGA Works Collegiate Championship, brought to you by PGA of America Reach Foundation, so all can love this game. And everyone here this week at the park in West Palm Beach certainly has loved the 39th edition. National champs going to be crowned here throughout the course of the day. Back to the action. Green at 14, Fayetta for birdie.
Putting up and over a little ridge. As it crests, it'll pull left.
Interesting. It's awkwardly uphill coming off that spine that Julia was just talking about. And
tee at 18, final hole for Sasha Robinson. He's got driver.
Yeah, wind into off his right. This fairway is extremely wide. I expect him to let it loose here. That is up the right center.
Not the lowest tee ball I've ever seen either. 132, an apex height into the fan.
It looked like it, man, from my point of view.
Fayetta, a little bit of work for her par to stay at 2 over.
Straight back up the hill here.
No issues at all with that par effort. It was a confident looking stroke.
A couple of early birdies at 1 and 4, bogey at 5, 9 straight pars. Let's go to the green at 18. Pedro Pereira, North Carolina A&T for birdie.
Start to work off the right.
Heck of a round for the sophomore out of Portugal. For the Aggies to make a charge, you needed a couple of guys to probably shoot in the 60s, and Pereira's done just that, 4 under today. Well done.
He's had a couple top 5 finishes this year already. A 4th twice. So kind of knows how to get it done, especially coming down the stretch.
We'll stay on the green at 18. Marshall Meredith. This for birdie for Prairie View A&M. Junior from Jefferson City, Missouri. And as you mentioned coming in, finishing up, want to button up our conversation. I think it's so intriguing for those watching at home of the choice to not look at a leaderboard when you are coming down the stretch, potentially with a chance to win.
Well, I was just talking to you about it during the break. I have won not looking at leaderboards, and I have lost looking at leaderboards. And I think, you know, after you kind of know your tendencies, it was kind of like, look, I'm going to shoot what I can shoot. This is for me. Now, other players, they want to know where they are every step, every shot of the way.
Third member of this group for Florida A&M, putter Foonbury Asako. And he putted it quite well.
And that good way to finish. You see yesterday, just the wind swept course. Course played a shot and a half tougher going in round 2 from round 1. But putter able to have a solid day to end his championship.
Yeah, I just think it's always intriguing, the dynamic of knowing what you need to do, where some say, you know what, I'll figure it out at the end. There's no right or wrong answer. Could be right for some and wrong for others, but always get a sense that the great ones coming down the stretch want to know exactly what's going on. And Sasha Robinson, I feel like he's got a pretty good indication of where he stands and where his team is as well.
Yeah, he's sitting back there about 240 to this center back hole location. Plenty of space to the right of this green. If you don't hit the green, that's really the optimum leave. 240, playing something around 250, I would think.
Got his assistant coach, Troy Stribling, there, just walking everything through. And what a day it could be for the assistant coach as well. He was not a part of that Florida A&M team when they won this championship a few years back.
Looks like Bramwell first up before Robinson.
They were within a yard of each other. Flip a coin to see who wants to go.
Ready golf. Unable to stay down through the strike there, and we'll find a sandy area.
Now Robinson.
240. He has something around 220 to the front. Anything short and right at this hole is good.
He's done exactly what you need to do on par fives. He has blitzed them this week. Pleading for this to get right.
Yeah, that's fine. Got room.
Well, missed on the wide side.
When you're up 6, your team's 11 clear. Last group on the course, Florida A&M inching closer to a clean sweep.
I know Coach Mike Rice is feeling it. He's done such a good job at Florida A&M.
Back at 14, Deshaun Tyson, his second.
Such a quiet takeaway there with that wedge on the high side. Oh, and he just missed that little ridge. That's going to be slick coming down the hill.
Sasha Robinson, a sophomore from Plymouth, Massachusetts, a first-team all-SWAC performer. A couple of top 3 finishes in his second year in Tallahassee, but it appears he's got no sophomore slump. He is going to end in emphatic fashion, winning the medalist honors for the men's Division I and leading his program, which I'm sure he would say, most importantly, to a national title.
Yeah, you love winning individually, but you know, it's all about the team. And these are your brothers in arms. So to be able to go out and put up potentially 12 under par if he finishes with a birdie here, to say, hey guys, I got you this week, and got to be excited right now with this stride down the 18th.
What's his ceiling? You've been around him more than most of how good he can be.
I think it's up to him. You know, it's also about who he can get in his corner, find the necessary funding if he chooses to play at the next level. And again, I'm assuming that he wants to play at the next level, something that he and I haven't talked about, but he's got the game to. It's got to be something on his mind.
It's been a joy to watch him throughout the course of the week and through a handful of events we've had on Golf Channel. He has shown up in big spots, in big moments, and has delivered. Bramwell, his third from the Sandy area.
Yeah, mistake to leave it in this sandy area, guys. That is well struck.
Have a little spin on that, hit a hole high. Yeah. It's not always pretty, but if you can make a putt, 4 will be a 4.
Now Zapata, his third.
Ignacio had a long way in, laid up here, just missed the sandy area. Has got a pretty good look at this pin. That's a beautifully flighted wedge.
See if it's good for distance. It is.
Two really good shots by Bramwell and Zapata in there, and obviously Sasha with 2 big strikes, knocking it on this par 5. And when you think about Sasha Robinson, his ability, how can he change the dynamic at Florida A&M with maybe other players that might consider this as an institution where I can develop?
Yeah, hopefully he can be the voice to other players he might know, maybe pick up a transfer student or 2 to get into Florida A&M, seeing how they've played in this championship and what they can come and be a part of with a phenomenal head coach and assistant coach. And then you have who will be a leader and Sasha Robinson on that team.
The Path is a community outreach program dedicated to empowering and inspiring the next generation of leaders in West Palm Beach. Well, last week, the group painted special hole flags used on 9 and 18 during the competition. And this flag was painted on Monday by Camilla Diaz, a 5th grader at Belvedere Elementary School. I think she's got a future in the arts if she so chooses.
Absolutely. Maybe that's her thing, painting golf flags. That has created a new niche. You see Sasha's probably just nothing but a putter. Owen doesn't really need to do too much.
No, this is 35 feet up and over a little hump. I think just let it funnel down there. It looks like he has his wedge out, though.
No, he sure does.
Took out one of the knobs.
Yeah, pleading for it to sit down. He's going to get it inside of his playing partners, and it's been like that all week.
It's really nicely done.
What? Aim high, hit high.
And now his teammates get a sense when he finishes what that means to the program. Drop back to 15, Fieta, her second.
212 left, uphill to this green. Anything short right's a pretty good shot right here. And it's headed just a little right.
Yeah, had a phenomenal start line, caught a piece of the green for a minute, but that's heading back towards 16T. You have to miss it.
And Sean Tyson has this for birdie at 14.
Talked about how this will be really fast. Start the stopwatch. Good speed there. Great speed.
Bramwell for birdie at 18.
Been like that most of this back nine, guys. He's hit some pretty good shots and just hasn't got much to fall.
It's going to be a big mountain to climb for Prairie View A&M to try to overtake North Carolina A&T and Florida A&M. But they will end up finishing third in the men's Division I team championship.
Got off to a great start this championship. -3 in that opening round. Tough day yesterday. Gets it in at even par today.
All right, good look here at 14. Aripun for birdie to get within 2.
Could make things really tight for Tyson if this falls. Missed opportunity there.
Zapata to finish up with birdie.
This would be a great up and down to finish the day.
You work so hard to try to make a charge, help the team, and then the realization it's not going to be enough on this particular day.
Yeah, not today, but I'll tell you, the Aggies should be proud of how they played this week. Showed a lot of promise. Got some good work out of some players. Just didn't get everybody playing a solid round the same day.
Three solid rounds, though, by Zapata. 1 over for the week. And now the stage set for Sasha Robinson. Short one for birdie here at 18 to win medalist honors and bring home a national championship to Tallahassee. What a way to finish for Robinson in Florida A&M.
Here's the celebration.
Good round, baby.
Moments like those make all the hard work and early mornings worth it. Fieta third at 15.
Chipping up and over a little knob on the right side of this green. She can either bank something into it or go high. She chose to bank it, takes a big skip forward, but still really good shot from where she was. That was not easy at all.
Take the low route or the high route. I like that play, Julia. Feels like it's just more predictable.
Vietta's going to have that for birdie to try to extend her lead to 7. Getting a little bit closer to maybe winning a national championship as a freshman. But the Rattlers from Florida A&M, they are officially national champions here in 2026. More action coming your way right after this. Back to the green at 15, Alexis Vietta for a birdie on the par 5.
Trying to pay off a beautiful pitch. Pulls right into the hole. How about that birdie?
Her 3rd of the day, just one drop shot at the 5th. Vietta now 1 over, leads by 7. And on her way to maybe shooting it around in the 60s to close things out.
Yeah, and don't forget, there's nerves. She's got nerves out here, so making a birdie coming down the stretch can calm yourself just a little bit.
Keep it here to watch Obelisk.
She found the green in 2, hit her eagle putt to this point. Great 2-putt there and another good birdie.
Making it look easy. Back-to-back birdies for Carolyn.
Yeah, right there in a tie for 2nd at the moment.
No kidding.
Over at 18, Cameron Jones.
That would be cool. Yeah.
His 3rd on the way at the par 5.
Deep in the streets. Senior at Grace College. Only got 1 win this year, Burko. And battle at Stonehenge.
Let's head over to 16. Take a look at Valencia Chang, sophomore, UNC Wilmington.
Just got her attention. Great effort. Up and over that ridge, down the hill.
Fairway at 15, Arsit Aripoon getting ready to go. He's 5 under, solo 2nd, trails by 3.
A lot can happen on a par 5. Needs a good one here. If you're going to miss, that's where you want to do it. Just down, green high right.
Yeah, so.
I mean, that's middle of the green.
Yeah. Like that would probably be just right on the fringe, but 185, I have one.
That is where Deshaun Tyson is, waiting on an official and a ruling. And things getting a little bit more interesting. His lead was 5, it is down to 3. Ari Boone hole high in 2 on the par 5. It might get a little bit closer. You're not going to want to go anywhere. There it is, Tyson at 8 under, Ari Boone at 5. Final day here in West Palm Beach, and it is presented by Kohler. What a day, what a week for the folks from Florida A&M winning the men's Division I team championship. The medalist for that division, Sasha Robinson, the sophomore standout for the Rattlers, closes in 65, wins by 8, and he's down with Olin Brown Jr.
Guys, here with Sasha Robinson, the champion this week. Sasha, some great playing, 6 under today. Tell us about your round. What was your approach going into today?
Really just keeping mentally solid, just level-headed. That was really my, approach coming into the tournament. It's a really big thing for me to just stay mentally level. Expect things to not go as well as I want to. And I would say that's a big thing for me going into this year.
Well, it was wonderfully played. I noticed you took some more conservative approaches, laying back when you needed to, not shoving it way down there and getting into trouble. Was that part of the day's approach, or was that as your lead increased what you went to?
It was really just right before the tee shot. I asked my coach, Troy, just where I was at in the tournament, and he told me I had a few shot lead, but I just used my distance to my advantage laying back, and I knew I could get to the par 5 15th and 2, even laying back. So I would say was really just a game time decision here.
And what does this victory mean to you?
It means a lot. I mean, the team and I, we've been working really, really hard over the last couple of weeks. I've been working really hard on my putting over the last couple months. With this year not being how I wanted it to go, finishing like this, it really means a lot.
Well, thank you very much for your time and congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Adjusting on the fly, adapting to the situation. Sasha Robinson knew exactly where he stood and played how he needed to with that big lead. Back at the last, Nathan Wong, his third, almost. How about it? Oh, yes.
Yeah, catch it. Not bad. There, way to finish. Sure, he was there in 2. Give him the 3.
Tee at 16 to watch Fayetta.
Going with less than driver here. Smart play. On a good line here as well.
Push that tee up to about 260 today to create some drama.
All right, let's get back to 15. Tyson, his third. We can let you know he got a free drop up there in that sandy area. So what could have been potential disaster avoided, at least for the moment.
And did a good job getting it down in front, pitching it downhill, played it off the hill, and all things considered, things could change here if he gets down in 2 from there.
Is that final hour, the last 3 or 4 holes, trying to get it all the way to the end. The biggest championship of the year for so many here in the field this week. The park hosting the 39th edition of the PGA Works Collegiate Championship. So we're going to have 3 birdie putts upcoming here at 15 for Tyson, Ari Poon, and Mexon. Going to check that out. We'll hop over to 18. Cameron Jones finishing up, and what a day he has put together. If this goes, it would be a round of 66. How about that, Cameron Jones? That works.
Yeah, good bounce back. Probably was wondering what's going on with the game the first 2 days, and then the wind settled down, able to take advantage of it.
All right, first to go at 15. Here's Marcelo Mexon.
Mexon trending the wrong way. Back-to-back bogeys. Opportunity, though, to bounce back. Up the hill. Unfortunately, didn't read that one correctly. That one, hard to believe. Get that outside the left edge. There, had that opportunity to bounce back. Tough double there at the 10th. It's the beauty of this golf course. Keep it in the fairways, play the angles. You can really take advantage of it, but you get on these edges, get some bad bounces, make bogeys and worse in a hurry.
This would be a heck of a 4, a birdie, if Tyson can make it.
I think all things considered, after having that tee shot out, getting a ruling, a favorable ruling, and 5, very acceptable. 3-shot lead.
But for how long, Ari Poon will have a birdie putt coming up momentarily. To 16, Fayetta, her second.
54 yards left here. There's a downslope in the middle of this green that she can use.
Oh, and she used it.
She'll have that to move to 3 under on the day. Ari Poon to get within 2.
Yeah, big putt for him right now. It's going to really put some pressure on. We talked to Clay yesterday. He talked about this stretch, this closing stretch of 15, 16, 17, and 18. That's really where you can do some damage on this golf course. unable to take advantage there at 15.
And might play a very pivotal role here in the next hour to see who wins the men's individual championship at the Park in West Palm Beach, Florida. Back at the Park in West Palm Beach, Florida, 39th edition of the PGA Works Collegiate Championship continues, and it is presented by Kohler. National Championships going to be handed out throughout the course of the day. We still have a couple to decide, the men's individual and the women's individual, but might not be for long. Alexis Fayetta in cruise control and looking to add to it right here.
She didn't get it on the top side of the hole, but a great shot. She played this hole phenomenally. Hit it down in front of the green, laid back, as Julia told us earlier, pitched down, just missed a putt. Pars are not going to hurt with 2 tee shots left.
But as Sasha Robinson told Olin, he knew where he stood and hit the shots needed considering what's going on. And you have to think Alexis might be in that same boat. PGA leading the way at the Park. They employ 11 PGA of America golf professionals and associates, and you reference Clay Myers, the head golf professional. He was on the broadcast with us yesterday. Justin Martin as well as Clay. Past participants to see nearly a dozen right here gives you a sense of the community, the park, and what the PGA of America can all do when they work together.
Well, what they've been able to build with the investment and Gil Hans coming in and donating and the beacon of community that they've created here, you know, what Brian Conley has done as the GM and putting this team together, PGA professionals, and they steward the game. They make sure that it's taken care of and that they create the necessary pathways to see the game grow how they see fit for this community here in West Palm Beach.
And it wouldn't be possible without Seth Waugh and Dirk Ziff having a meeting with the mayor late in 2019 to say, we think we can do this. Let us get some people on board, and municipal golf can thrive, and it is now a blueprint for so many places around the country.
And they put up a lot of tee times here as well. This place is usually tough to get on, so thanks so much to the team.
Tyson leads by 3 on the tee at 16. Olin's caught up with this group.
Yeah, these guys are looking at about 280 yards back into the wind off their left, and this is hanging out to his left.
It's like he tried to sling one into the wind from right to left, excuse me, left to right, sorry. Was unable to do that, hung out.
Keep it right here. Arsit Aripun, 3 back, 5 under, needs to step on the gas.
Looks like he's got a 3-wood. I would expect the guys are just playing to the front of this green.
He landed on that front edge. There's a little downslope that'll get this back to the hole location. You've got 32.
This is right at it, guys.
There's that little downslope. Oh, this is special, considering the circumstances. Wow.
That close to a hole-in-one on a par 4.
And you know, this shot plays straight uphill. You can't see the bottom of the surface. He has no idea that that is 8 inches from the hole.
And things are about to get a whole lot closer in the race for the men's individual championship. Now Mexon.
This is another good shot, trying to hold it against the wind, but it is winning over the wind.
It's gonna skirt our camera sticks there, but hole high. This just got really interesting here at 16.
Tee at the par 3, 17th, Alexis Fayetta. Big lead, couple more shots, and she'll become a national champion.
In my opinion, her last really difficult shot of the day here at the 17th. Sandy area protecting the front left portion of this green. This whole location is 7 paces on, 137 yards today. But the wind is pulling out of the right. She'll start this out to the right a little bit, let that wind work it left.
And don't want to get this one riding with it.
Smart shot.
Phenomenal shot. Uphill leave.
On the green at 17, a big smile on her face, and for very good reason. Alexis Fayetta, the freshman from UNC Wilmington, inching closer to becoming a national championship. Grew up in Los Angeles, made the trek across the country for her college days. She's in a good position. Tyson, he better watch his back, because it's going to get really tight here on the final day, presented by Chase Sapphire.
Shondine. I am the PGA Works Fellow for the Sun Country Golf section. I'm Maria Villamil, and I've been a PGA Works Fellow for the Kentucky section. My process is unique in the way that I followed Nia Singh's steps. She was the PGA Works Fellow for the Indiana section, and it was just awesome to hear her experience, and it really pushed me to apply to it and to get into this because she loved it so much, and it's so special to follow her footsteps. Being a PGA Works Fellow has been such a valuable experience. It's given me a sense of purpose. I now know what I want to do with my career, and I've had so many different opportunities to help advance that career. Full circle moment for me, because since I've played in the PWCC in 3 occasions, to be out here and see all the teams that are going to compete in the position that I was only a year ago. This championship has meant a lot to me, so to be on the other side of that, being able to give that experience to someone else is really, really cool. Success starts here at the PGA Works Collegiate.
Another great avenue, Doug, to see former competitors of this championship say, you know what? I can go left, I can go right, but it can always center around the game of golf that they love so much.
Well, and that's the beauty of the proximity you have with the PGA professionals that come from all over the country to volunteer here. You can meet mentors as well as a lot of friends as well.
This a moment ago after the incredible tee shot by Arsit Aripon at the par 4 16th. Inside a foot, almost made a 1, taps in for 2, is now 7 under, and 1 shot behind this man, Nishan Tyson, making this one a little bit nervier with his second.
Needs to get the distance correct here. Keeping the driver's seat. Maybe around 12 to 14 feet.
Tyson had a 5-shot lead through 11 holes. It's down to 1. We head over to 17 for Alexis Fayetta. Birdie opportunity. And Julia, I'm wondering, is she aware of how big her lead is?
Her demeanor really hasn't changed at all. If she is aware she has a lead, she hasn't started acting differently or playing differently. She's been pretty smart off the tee. Her approach shots have been really good. And she's just playing some good, steady golf. She got a pretty good look from Carolyn here on this putt, downhill the whole way, and there's really not a ton of movement left to right or right to left. She certainly got aggressive with that one, so a little bit of work left to do for her par.
Yeah, an uphill putt from where she was. Just got the speed wrong, but it's all good. That should be a fairly decent putt to make par.
Back 1 to 16, a big birdie putt here for Tyson.
Yeah, his coach, he and his coach took some time reading this putt, reading it to go slightly to their right.
Oh, a hard lip out there. And things just got tighter at the top of this leaderboard.
He hit such a beautiful pitch from about 50 yards short of the green. Shame not to convert that.
Now your head might start to spin a little bit. Things might get just a little bit tighter. Give you another look. A lot of time on that putt. The cruel lip out.
Yeah, high side lip out. No one said they had read the putt. Break left to right. It just caught the top side with a little too much heat.
Fayetta, a little bit of work for her 3 here at the 17th.
But putting from below the hole now means she can be a little bit aggressive with this par putt here. We've talked about it all week. If you hit it tentatively with this grain, it will pull it out of the hole. So one of those putts where you could keep it inside the cup and just hit it firmly.
We've seen 2 of those. Too quick, Burko, 2 lip outs. Both players at the top of the leaderboard.
Well, whether she knows where she stands or not, Fayetta has a few to work with here coming down the stretch. Gonna give at least 1 back here at 17. She'll play the last on her way to winning a national championship in Florida. Just past the 6 o'clock hour on the East Coast. Final day of the PGA Works Collegiate Championship continues from West Palm Beach, Florida, and it is presented by Chase Sapphire. 5 national champions crowned on this last day. Still a couple more to be decided, especially in the men's individual race. Out to 17. Tee shot on the way for a repunt.
See, he's starting to feel it. Those last 2 tee shots have been right on the mark.
He's 7 under, 1 behind Tyson. Go to 18. Achilleus Lazaridi, senior from Kaiser University, his 4th, short of the green here on the par 5 finishing hole, and the man from Cyprus birdies the last.
Well, that's the area if you're going to do it from. Phenomenal finish. Great round of golf.
Seeing a handful of scores in the 60s today, saving the best for last. Back to 17, Tyson.
Wind is down off the player's right. This is looking very good. Yeah, that's a beautiful shot.
You know, all things considered, not able to convert the birdie at the last, and watch your playing partner hit it in tight. Good shot with a 1-shot lead.
You don't get a good perspective of this property until you see a shot like that of the surrounding area of the park and what this is all about. The golf course, the amenities, everything that goes along with it. Back to the green at 18. Supanraj finish up with birdie.
Oh, yeah, the 18th hole has given up quite a few birdies. A couple eagles in the last hour. Add Supanraj to the list.
Which will make it even more interesting when Tyson and a repun play the last. From the green at 18, back to the tee, Alexis Fayetta ready to go, and she's got a 6-shot lead.
Certainly a comfortable lead as you stand on the tee box at 18. This is a fun par 5, 461 yards today. Wind not a big factor, but what we have is coming a little into us out of the right. She's going to start this one at that American flag. Very wide fairway here. Peeling away towards the right side. She lost this one just a little bit.
If you get too far over there, there's nothing but fairway. It's one of the best parts about this closing hole. Is very generous landing area. She's going to enjoy the walk.
She thought about the umbrella, turning it into a sunbrella, and then she said, "Coach, here you go."
Coach Kine, you take this from my bag. I need it to be lighter.
All right, let's get back to 17. Final group of men's individuals on and around the green here at the par 3. Olin?
Yeah, the guys all hit great shots in here. This green has some subtle break to it. All the putts I've seen have broken more than players expected. So I think the guys will have to take that into account as they read these putts. There's grain here that I think exaggerates whatever break the green, natural slope the green has.
It's definitely a hole location and a green complex where you want to see it from all sides. So many subtle undulations, and tilts and turns in these greens, and it's been a great week. This course, it's been fun to watch, Burko, how the players have elected to chip and putt when they're just off, but the subtleties have given us the drama we wanted.
Here's a repun to get to 8 under.
This putt is going to snake back and forth, a little left to right early and then coming back to his left at the end.
Oh, that was a good read. I'm not sure he saw that second part.
They're subtle out here. They're difficult to see.
And at least for the moment, if you're Nishan Tyson, you can exhale at least for a brief second.
Yeah, and Nishan, he's got a great look here. Breaking right to left. Absolutely one you expect to hole. I think he and his coach are just trying to figure out how much they need to borrow here.
Shouldn't be too much. I think this was one of those, you think there's more there than there actually is.
The front of this green, Doug, is very deceptive. It's hard to read. The ridge on the front right of the green that runs off creates a bit of an optical illusion.
Center cut for Nishan Tyson. Big time in a big moment. The lead back to 2.
You see it again. Olin talked about it being an optical illusion. There's no illusion in that putt right there. That was 2 at the time that he needed it.
The lead was 5. It was down to 1, now back up to 2. And we referenced earlier, he's from North Palm Beach, a local kid. And the last time he played at the park, he won the Palm Beach Kennel Club County Amateur. And if you're superstitious, the shirt he wore last July is the same one he's wearing today.
You know what? He doesn't have the Panther National hat on, but representing the school, good vibes coming back in here. He's got 1 hole to play. See if he can lift a different trophy here at the park.
That could have changed very quickly if Arsit would have made before him. We see it so often in the game. Oh, gosh. How do I follow it up? But we had mismake the other way, and now a little bit of room for Tyson here heading to the last.
Got the par 4 eagle from Ari Poon, then the par 3 birdie from Tyson. It's starting to feel like a prize fight out here with Tyson leading the way.
They head to the tee at 18 before they can hit their final tee shot. We make our way down the fairway as the last threesome of women in the individual division getting ready to go. And here's Fayetta.
She's got 247 yards left. Went a little into out of the right. 143 to cover the sandy area in the middle of the fairway here. You can try to chase something up to this green if you keep it low. If it lands soft at all, you'll just have a little pitch in, and that looks like that's what it's going to be for Alexis here at the 18th.
1 under on the day for Alexis. 2 over for the week. A 6-shot lead. She's had a smile on her face from the very moment she arrived at the park. That smile's going to get a whole lot bigger in the next 5 to 10 minutes.
Well, as it should. A 2-time champion of this event walking right next to her, showing her how to get it done. Not much longer. Crown her a champ.
Now back a few hundred yards to the tee, coming off that birdie at 17. Tyson at 9 under and leads by 2.
Wind's right back in the players' faces here. Very wide fairway. There's a banyan tree that's a nice target just to the right of the American flag. And that is hung out to his left. Needs to get lucky.
Sandy area on that line, but
we see the golf ball.
That's a good problem to have in the fairway.
Eripun up next. This is such a wide fairway. There's really no reason to challenge that left side, that sandy area. Something up the right and just let her rip.
Got to be thinking 3, Olin.
Yeah, you might as well send it. And that is hanging a little to his right, but hit decently, I think.
I think he heard you talking about aim down toward that banyan tree.
Tyson, Aripun, in the fairway at 18. Deshawn hanging on to a 2-shot lead as the individual race is coming down the stretch here on the Championship Wednesday in West Palm Beach, Florida. And for the women, it's going to be a walk she will remember. Alexis Fayetta up by 6 here at the PGA Works Collegiate Championship, brought to you by Kohler. Back at 18, the third for Fayetta.
52 yards left, hitting up and over a little knob on the front portion of the green. It sounded really good.
It sounded like it caught a piece of the stick. Maybe the cloth part. That helps.
Well, when you're up by a half dozen and you hit a shot like that, you kind of say, you know what, maybe this was my week. Got the group behind the men in the fairway. They still have a lot to play for, still to be decided, and they're going to have to wait just a couple of more minutes for Alexis and Carolyn and Anushka Sawant to finish up here at the last. And 2 really good shots by Anushka here. Eagle effort just off the green.
And she had 245 yards into this green off the tee. Hit a beautiful low 3-wood, chased it up. It was on the green for quite some time, came just off, and now she has a good look at eagle here, putting back up the hill.
All right, so that remaining for a closing birdie for Sawant here. Sophomore from Delaware. Calls Monmouth Junction, New Jersey home, so pretty easy commute, a couple hours south to get down to the campus in Delaware. Finished tied for 12th at the Conference USA Championship, did Sawant, so right now in a tie for 5th, going to be her best showing in the final event of the season. Here's Carolyn Oblis, grad student, Florida Atlantic, first 4 years at Kaiser University. Great golfer, but also an entrepreneur, has a startup company. She's got a biodegradable golf tee that inside that tee, there are grass seeds. So if you rip it, you break it, you don't worry about it. A little seed's gonna sprinkle out, fill that in for you. Keep an eye on that in 5 to 10 years,
I
by
was
the
just
way.
thinking, it's like when that goes public, we'll have to talk about that. What a great idea. What a great concept. I always say if you take care of the course, it'll take care of you.
Well, Alexis Fayetta has taken care of business for the last 53.5 holes. This for a closing birdie to finish in style.
Putting from just above the hole here. Downhill. What a way to cap off a week this would be if she can get it to go.
She'll have to wait just a little bit longer. Told you she enjoys making golf videos on social media. She might just want to put up the highlights of what she's done the last 3 days and keep it on a loop. Sawant for her 4.
Same putt. Unable to convert after seeing the line.
Well, Doug and Burko, I can confirm that there are quite a few people around this green right now watching. A lot of people behind us on the back patio. They are excited to watch these players come down the stretch. They have a lot of support for these young women and men right now.
Yeah, it's a testament to this championship, Julia. It really is as well to the park and what they have created. Seth Waugh, Dirk Ziff, and the entire crew here to sort of bring municipal golf and the PGA Works Collegiate Championship. As Seth Waugh told me yesterday, it's a great confluence of these two meeting right in the middle because they both stand for so many of the same things, and a great finish there by Oblis at 18.
Another good round. Again, this has been the best weather day wind-wise that we've seen. Players taking advantage of it.
The moment is now all about Alexis Fayetta, as she becomes a national champion at the park. Even though she's playing as an individual there with Valencia Chang, her teammate, and her assistant as well. Green clear. Here's the second for Aripun.
Yeah, he's looking at 290 to the hole, something around 270 to the front, and this is right at it.
Gave it a little club twirl.
What a shot.
We talked about he might need to be thinking 3, and he's going to have a really good chance to do just that.
Well, he was thinking 2 a couple holes ago and made it happen.
Now Tyson.
Sean wasting no time. He's got about 275 to the hole. Wind coming in from about 2 o'clock.
Just 250 front edge.
That was mishit. This is going well right of the green.
That's not the worst place. I've seen a couple hole outs from down there today.
Pressure building and mounting on this final hole. Nashawn Tyson leads by 2. Aripun gonna have a putt for eagle to make it interesting.
Oh, it drags the floor.
Damn. So I'm not home.
Stay close to him. Good luck back to school.
Appreciate it.
All right, we'll see you on TV soon.
Yes, sir.
For the rest of about an hour.
Coming down the stretch here, final day of the PGA Works Collegiate Championship, brought to you by PGA of America Reach Foundation, so all can love this game, and we have loved our week here in West Palm Beach. One more national champion to be decided. The men's individual race coming down to the final hole, the par 5 18th. Nashawn Tyson, the junior from Florida Atlantic, currently with a 2-shot lead over Arsit Aripun, a junior out of Delaware, originally from Thailand, who was a runner-up a year ago, but he has made a back 9 charge, including an eagle 2 at the par 4 16th, drove the green, hit it inside of a foot, and he's on the green in 2, Doug, here at 18, where Tyson well off the mark with his second, but as you mentioned, plenty of green with which to work for his third. But Olin, it's now getting a little more tense.
Yeah, he's got a beautiful lie over there, 77 yards. Kind of got a pretty full number, I would think.
I know you said he had missed it right. I didn't expect it to be this far right.
Yeah, he just got going. That is so well done. That was such a beautifully low-flighted wedge in there, well controlled.
The pendulum has swung back to Aripun now, who has to make a putt.
That was some shot he hit in there. Second shot, excuse me.
Third member of this group, Marcelo Mexon, from Mexico, plays collegiately at LIU. He's a senior, 2-time first-team all-conference performer.
Marcelo's got a pretty straightforward chip everywhere except in South Florida. It is uphill and pretty severely into the grain. So it'll be interesting to see how he plays it.
Olin, how would you play it?
I would take my high bounce 56, trust that I got enough bounce in there, and just try and dump it on the front of the green, let it run up to the hole. But he could really do anything. He could putt it, he could hit a bump and run. You know, a lot of guys like to put a 60 in the back of their stance and just stab it. It's dealer's choice.
All right, give Naima something to cheer about. Yeah, it's not bad.
Good one there by Mexon.
Yeah, that was well judged. I got a good look at Arsit's putt. It's a tricky read. Not a lot in it. There's a slope in the middle of this green that could kick it to the left. The back to his left of this green slopes to the front of the green, so he's kind of putting through. It's like a right to left, left to righter.
Since you've picked them up, Olin, how would you describe the body language, the gait, how these two have gone about it for the last hour or so?
They've both been very confident, walking heads high, chests out. I think you saw it with Arsit's shot in there. Very, very confident swing. And, you know, from 290 yards to hit it inside of 20 feet, that's just a heck of a shot.
Now to pay it off with an eagle 3. Arsit a repun to get to 9 under, and at least for the moment, a share of the lead. Never moved, it appeared, from his read, Olin.
You know, putting, he had some shadows to deal with. It's just a difficult part of the green to read. You know, you kind of taking a guess there.
You might hear from time to time a train, the Bright Line, and runs north and south here in the state of Florida. Now Tyson for birdie.
Should have gotten a little bit of a teach off of Arsit.
And the good news for Nishan, 2 putts to win the title. And he does it in 1. Nishan Tyson, a national champion.
What a putt. That is so well done, Burko, to hit a subpar second shot and get it up and down. That's just awesome.
To your point, though, walking with confidence when things may be not going your way. The lead was 5 through 11. It was down to 1 after 16. And he stood up and made the putt that mattered to win it all. Now Mexon to finish up. Nice up and down there by Marcelo.
Should make dinner taste a little better finishing with a birdie.
Going to be a tie for 6 in 2026 for Marcelo. Well, it was a heck of a charge on this back 9 for Arsit. Going to come up short. Going to be a runner-up for the 2nd consecutive year, but Olin, did he make it interesting?
He sure did. And you know what? That second shot into this last hole, he's got to put that one in the memory books. Use that for future reference.
And he could put the tee shot at 16 on
that too
in the memory books for life, because it was a lot of fun to watch him coming down the stretch. He shot 66. He did what he could do, but a lot of credit to Nishan Tyson, 67 on this final day, 4 under par. And he wins by 2, a 54-hole total of 10 under. Now you get to celebrate.
It's just some awesome golf, Burko.
And we saw some Alexis Fayetta give us a lot of great golf to watch. Julia Johnson joining me now, and you got to watch Alexis. From the interview, the candidness, sort of the innocence of a college freshman and now a national champ.
Well, just so happy for her. Such good golf this week. She played so well today, finished strong. She has a great disposition about her, and it was fun to watch her today.
You won a national championship as part of the Ole Miss team 5 years ago. How would you describe the moment and how it changed everything for you in your golfing life?
Well, it changed my life. It really did. It changed my future and the career path I chose to go down. And certainly this week will change every single player in the field. It will change their life as well.
Take a look at the leaderboards. We're now officially done with the golf, but far from over. Trophies to be handed out. And Nishan Tyson, the Florida Atlantic junior, who calls North Palm Beach home. So we've said it's been a home game for him all week long. His best finish this season was a tie for 3rd, while he trumps that with a national championship on this final day. And for the women, Alexis Fayetta, a freshman out of UNC Wilmington, in convincing style, a 5-shot victory for Alexis. The folks in North Carolina and back home in California for Alexis, they're celebrating. So too is Nishan Tyson. We're back with the trophy presentations right after this. We're back with today's bold play presented by Kohler, and we saw plenty of it and a good bit of it coming from Sasha Robinson, the sophomore for Florida A&M. It was a performance, to say the least, throughout the course of the day. At 11, soft little touch there. When he missed greens, and it didn't happen often, he seemingly got up and down each and every time. Excuse me, that was at 9, the par 5. He would make birdie. Now the tee shot at 11, short par 3. You get a sense of where your nerves are when you can hit shots like that. That would lead to another birdie for Sasha Robinson. The lead was getting bigger. He was playing for his team, but also a chance to win the medalist honors in the men's Division I, and he was far from done his second here at 13. That would lead to birdie, get him to double digits at 10 under par. The short par 4, 16th, center cut, moving Robinson to 11 under par. You get a chance to play the last with the big lead. Your team is in position to win a national title. You're a big hitter. You're here in 2 at the par 5. And you say, all right, how close can I get my third shot? It gets better and better. Sasha Robinson would cozy it up to just a few feet. And now to finish up 65 on this championship Wednesday, bogey-free, 4 birdies on the inward half, helping him win medalist honors, helping Florida A&M win the men's Division I team championship as well. Great week for Sasha. Great week for Florida A&M. Time now to make it official with the trophy presentation as we send it down to Doug Smith.
Thanks so much, Burko. Here with Derek Gutierrez and Mike Bion of the PGA of America. They co-chair the PGA Works Tournament Committee. So proud to be here with the Rattlers of Florida A&M, Coach Mike Rice. And Mike, to Mike, I think you've got some words for us.
Yes, on behalf of the PGA of America Reach Foundation and our trusted partners at Chase & Kohler, we're proud to present you with this championship trophy. Well played, gentlemen.
Thank you, sir.
Derek, if you could present that to Coach. Coach Rice, we've had this conversation before. It was a couple years ago at Sawgrass. How is this one different than a few years back?
You know, this one was a little different. We played really well early in the year, and we went kind of through a stretch where we didn't play that well. You know, this guy that's standing behind me who had a heck of a tournament has really been struggling with some injuries and fought through it, and we had to sit him, kind of rest him a little bit and get him ready for this, and he showed out. But way different in that, again, playing well early and then struggling and then come out like this it's incredible.
How did your sophomore standout lead this team this year going through those struggles?
Again, adversity, man. This guy works his butt off. You know, it didn't matter what I said, he was coming. This was the one that he had on his schedule to win, and obviously he just showcased to the world how good he is. We know how good he is, but a lot of people got to see it today.
Well, with the score of 8 under par, you're going back to Tallahassee with the little crystal. And Burko, we'll send it back up.
Congratulations to Mike Rice, the head coach, and all of Florida A&M. An impressive performance, a 12-shot victory for the Rattlers, a national championship trophy headed back once again to the state capital of Florida. We're far from done. Individual champions going to be receiving their hardware right after this. Today's coverage is brought to you by Kohler, helping people live gracious, healthy, and sustainable lives. Chase Sapphire, upgrade your travel and dining experiences with Chase Sapphire. And by Bushnell Golf, the #1 rangefinder in golf. Early evening on a Wednesday in West Palm Beach, Florida at the park as the 39th edition of the PGA Works Collegiate Championship in the books. And we still have a couple more trophy presentations to take care of as we send it down once again to Doug Smith.
Yeah, still here with co-chairs of the PGA Works, Derek Gutierrez and Mike Bien. You guys, a different presentation this time, Mike.
Yes, congratulations on great play, and on behalf of the 30,000 men and women that make up the PGA of America, we want to congratulate you. You're joining a long list of champions that have won this award in the past. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Derek, if you do the honors.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Alexis, you had a wonderful start to this championship. The second day had a little struggles, but you closed it out. What does this mean to you right now?
It means so much. Golf is really my art. It's my craft. I put so much time into it, and to be able to win and to be on all this TV is just so nice. For my mom to be here, I'm just so grateful to have this opportunity, to have this experience, just even win or lose, but to win is even better, so it's great.
Well, congratulations. I'll ask you to step aside. Mr. Tyson, jump in here with me. This is our men's individual champion with a score of 10 under par. You've played here before. You've won here before. How is this one a little different?
Well, my opponent started hitting his 3-woods to 5 feet on the last few holes, so he made it a little bit tougher.
Did you feel any pressure coming down the stretch? You go back to 16, your playing partner did hit it in there 8 inches, and then coming down the stretch, you kind of seemed to struggle on 18 on that second shot, but you're able to get it done.
Yeah, of course. You just got to lock in and trust your training sometimes.
Well, folks, thank you so much. Derek, Mike, 2 champions. Please present that. Burko will send it back up for the last time.
Congratulations to Nishan Tyson and Alexis Fayetta, the men's and women's individual national champions at the PGA Works of 2026. And
we're clear.
Really remarkable to consider what we've seen. Julia, we get here over the weekend into Monday, more than 3 inches of rain. Hats off to everyone to get this course in championship condition. And the golf we did see, especially today, complimentary with what this is all about.
Absolutely. This has been a fabulous venue for this golf tournament. These players were able to demonstrate their talent at a great golf course, and it was fun to watch them all week.
What are your takeaways moving forward, being part of this championship as we have for the last few years, knowing what this can do for their lives moving forward?
Well, it'll change the trajectory of their life forever. They'll make lifelong friends here. They'll make contacts here that they'll use in 10, 15 years. They'll be a part of golf in some way moving forward. And it's been fun to watch them play golf, and I'm excited to see what all of these young players do in their futures.
And so are we. Coming up next, it is Golf Central. We'll get you up to speed with all the news, notes, and highlights from the day. And we are just getting things going in the month of May. More national championships coming your way. The Women's Division I Championships from La Costa in Carlsbad, California. That gets going on May 25th. Our thanks to everyone at the park and the PGA of America for such an amazing week. We were thrilled to bring it to you. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Thanks as well to the hardworking crew, our men and women getting the job done on and off the golf course, led by producer Abby Johnson and director Chris Ohlmeyer. For the entire team, Steve Burkowski saying so long from Florida, and congratulations to all the national champions.